What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for a predicted lineup. First Tottenham predicted lineup in a while, and I'm excited to get the ball rolling and get Tottenham started. But we do have a game to talk about. Brentford against Tottenham at the Brentford Community Stadium. Antonio Conte has been in his press conference talking all about the team news. And what is it?
So the players coming back from the World Cup, Romero is going to be unavailable. That's confirmed. We know Richarlison, he has picked up an injury in the World Cup. Conte said it's a serious injury according to the medical staff, and he'll be out for between 3 and 4 weeks. Hopefully the former. Hugo Lloris likely to start on the bench, he said, with Fraser Forster getting the nod. And Rodrigo Bentancur is injured, and he's obviously suffering from a suspension as well. So he is definitely unavailable for this game, hopefully with a view of being back for Villa. And also mentioned Romero before, he said hopefully he's going to be back for Aston Villa as well.
All right, so happy days that Romero's back for Villa. I didn't expect it, but let's get into the formation and the lineup. We're going for a 3-4-3 formation, and like my brother said, Lloris expected to start on the bench. So Fraser Forster gets his debut in the Premier League after, last time out in the Carabao Cup against Forest. I know we had a tragic game that game, but he was actually the standout performer.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience in the Premier League as well. Many years in goal for Southampton, so I'm sure he'll be comfortable, and he has that experience behind him. So I don't think there should be many nerves for him going to this game, and he's quite an old, experienced player anyway. So I don't have too many doubts about him. So yeah, I'm happy for Forster to start.
Yeah, that's Forster.
But Lloris should be out on the bench, yeah.
Yeah, that's Forster in goal, right wing back. We're going to side with Emerson Royale, and when you see our left-sided pick, then it'll become a bit more clearer.
Yeah, so Emerson started against Nice in the last friendly, and Conte seems to not mind him. So I guess that's why we're giving him the nod in this game. Hopefully, with a view of maybe next game against Villa, maybe the nod will go to someone else. But Emerson, we think, will start this game, and especially with the news as well that Spence might head out on loan. So we're thinking Emerson's going to get the nod.
Yeah, Emerson right wing back, right centre back. We're going to give it to Eric Dyer. And we saw him being deployed in that role a couple of times before the break, and I think he did okay there. And I think I might like Longley more in the middle and Dyer on the right a bit more.
I think I like Dyer personally. I like him more in the middle, but when it comes to having him and Longley in the same lineup without Romero, I think this is probably the best solution we have, especially with Brentford playing their top two and not really wide. They like to play two strikers centrally. I think he's going to be used more in those central areas rather than go out in the wide areas. So I think it works. And also I do think when he does have opportunities to get forward, he's definitely decent in those positions as well. So we're going with Dyer in that position.
Yeah, Dyer right centre back, and like I said before, Longley to fill in that middle role. And again, like I said, I quite like him in that role.
Yeah, and I think he's quite authoritative in that role as well. Good passing out the back. And he's, again, also didn't go to the World Cup, played the last few friendlies, albeit he did play a left centre-back in those games. But we're thinking he's going to come in centrally like he did the last few games before the World Cup.
And to make up that back three, we're going to go for Ben Davies on that left-hand side. Did come off against England with an injury, but he has been in training now for over, I think, around 10 days. So should be fine to put him in there.
Yeah, hasn't been involved in the friendlies, but hopefully he should be all right for this game. We know that Conte really trusts him, so if he's fit to play, I think he's going to be thrown straight back in. Considering as well, Sanchez still hasn't got on Conte's good side, so we think Davis will come in. Yeah,
I thought he played against Nice, didn't he? Or he came on.
Did he come on? Oh, I didn't see the second half, to be fair. Did he come on?
Yeah, he played the last 25 minutes against Nice. So, anyway, a back three of Dyer, Longley, Davis. Left wing back, we're going to put Matt Doherty there. Sure of Sessegnon's fitness. He hasn't featured in any of the pre-friendlies. And Perisic as well, just coming back from the World Cup. So we're thinking Doherty will play there, especially after a string of really impressive performances there.
Yeah, he's looking sharp. He's looking good. I definitely think he starts in this game, hopefully. Whether it be on the right or the left, I do think he starts. Conte mentioned Perisic in his press conference, saying that the players, he is available for the selection and he has come back into training, but the players in the final, it's important to give them a bit of a rest. So I think that leads to the prediction that Perisic will probably be on the bench for this game. But I do think if need be, he'll definitely be available to come on. So
absolutely.
And then maybe Doherty go over to the right. But we think it's going to start off this way.
So let's run through the back line with you guys one more time. It's Fraser Forster in goal, a back three of Dyer, Longley and Davis, with Emerson and Doherty as the wing backs. In terms of the midfield, the first midfielder we're going to talk about is Yves Bissouma. Unfortunately, Bentancur is out for this one. So I'm guessing it's a toss-up between Bissouma and Skippy suffering with an illness. So I think he's a bit of a doubt for the game. So I think the midfield pretty much picks itself for this one.
Yeah, and I think Bissouma's looking a lot better. I know it's been a while since he last played in a double pivot, which I think was against West Ham. I don't know if he's played it since, and he wasn't that impressive in that game. Other than that, he's usually played in a midfield three. But I think hopefully with the time he's had with Conte over the World Cup and in the friendlies as well, hopefully he would improve in that position, and he's looking a lot more confident as well. So I'm hopeful that he can be all right in that position. So we're going for him.
Yeah, and alongside him will be obviously Pierre-Emile Højbjerg on the back of not a great World Cup for him and his nation. Denmark, they went out with a whimper, so hopefully he's going to come out with a bit of a point to prove. And I think Bissouma is really going to need the help in the middle there as well. Yeah,
and I think that midfield pivot is going to be vital in this game as to who takes the points, who has control, and with especially up against Brentford's three in the middle, it's going to be very combative. It's going to be very difficult to play through. But if they do get opportunities, especially Bissouma, to play through them, then that's where the opportunities are going to come. And with Højbjerg, we saw that he was making those final third contributions before the World Cup, and hopefully that can continue in this game. It could be vital, it could be a difference maker.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's Bissouma and Højbjerg in the middle. In terms of the front line, this one really does pick itself with Richarlison being out injured. So that's obviously Kulusevski on the right. Let's start off with.
Yeah, and he's clearly chomping at the bit to get back involved with Spurs. I can't wait to see him again. He's such a brilliant footballer to watch and a silky operator on the right hand side. And he's looked really sharp in the mid-season friendlies. So let's hope he carries on that form into the new season. And I think, considering he's had a few injuries, I think he's going to be raring to go.
Up top is obviously going to be the main man, Harry Kane, back in training, going to be back in action, and Conte ain't worried about him whatsoever in terms of that penalty miss.
Yeah, and I think comes straight back in. There was obviously question marks what kind of state of mind he'll be coming back into having missed that penalty, whether he'll need an extended break or not. But he's, put out the message on Instagram saying restart, ready to go, re-energized. He was seen at the Tottenham Stadium for the friendly as well, talking in the dressing room at halftime and whatnot. So he's back in training. I think if he's available, there's no doubt about it, Conte puts him in. So hopefully if he gets a goal in the first game back, then that'll go a long way to putting that miss behind him.
Yeah, there was also a clip of him coming out the tunnel with a cup of tea or a coffee or something in those Tottenham cups. Do you reckon Levy made him pay for that?
Definitely. 2 hours wages, 100%.
And to make up the final 11 on the left-hand side is going to be Heung-min Son. And it's a big second half of the season for Heung-min Son. He had a poor first half, didn't really do that well at the World Cup, albeit South Korea did fairly well getting to the last 16. So he's got some critics to overcome.
Yeah, he didn't score a goal, did he, at the World Cup, albeit he did have that one clutch moment in the last minute against Portugal, which was a massive moment for him and his country. So he'll definitely take solace in that. He needs to start getting the goal-scoring positions and start scoring more goals in the second half of the season. If we're going to hopefully achieve what we need to in the second half, he's going to be a big part of it. Conte alluded to losses of confidence in the first half of the season. Hopefully he's regained it after this break, and we're going to need him firing. So the sooner again he gets on the goal scoring charts, the better as well. So we think he has to play in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's run through that lineup with you guys one more time. And that is Fraser Forster in goal, a back three of Eric Dyer, Clement Longley and Ben Davis. Emerson Royal as the right wing back, Matt Doherty as the left wing back, with a double pivot of Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Yves Bissouma, with Dejan Kulusevski and Heung-min Son supporting Harry Kane up top. And what are our score predictions?
I think it's going to be very hard to play through this Brentford team in open play, especially with their three in midfield. But I do believe from set pieces and from transitions, we are very strong. And if we can catch them out on a couple of occasions, I think we should have enough quality to get a goal. And I'm hoping as well we should have enough to stop them creating clear-cut opportunities, given that I don't think their midfielders are the most creative. So I'm going for a 1-0 win to Spurs.
Yeah, I'm worried about this game, to be honest. I'm worried about us coming into this game. A lot of players on the back of a World Cup, big players out injured as well. So I'm going to go for a 1-1. I'm hoping I'm wrong, and I'm hoping Sim is right here with Spurs just nicking the win. But I smell trouble in this game. I really do. So I'm going to go for 1-1. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below. Let us know what you think of our predicted lineup. And if you think there are going to be any changes, let us know in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.